Yo, what's going on? What's going on, everyone? What's happening?
What's up?
Yo, how you doing, my bro?
Yo, yo. Bro, how you
Good.
doing?
Hey, stop screaming, bro. Stop screaming.
Not scary, bro.
I'll tell Picasso, bro. Picasso will beat you up. Stop
Uh,
screaming. Hey, what's going on? Who we got here today? The shameless Andrew Tate is here. Tate has joined the mentorship. Kind cookie, Mr. Plenty, yeah? What color is your chart? Pink. Nice. Okay, Tatiana. Nice, nice, nice. Okay, okay, okay. Let's get started, man. Let's get started. Um, Let me share my screen, talk you through what we got going today, and a couple other things as well after this. So yeah, same as what my forecast says already. We've got a couple of high time frame POIs on the left, some supply zones here. Here we have like a extreme of a previous 4 hour chalk over the floor range here. Here we have a ST flip extreme. The first reaction to a demand zone. This was the last reaction. This was the last ST flip that broke the low. Here we have another ST flip extreme, right, to take out this demand. And we also have a little, not ST flip extreme, this is an order flow range extreme because this is a valid flip that took out this low. This was the flip and chalk here, right? This is the extreme of that. This is the ST flip that takes out the low, right? So a couple of supply zones that we could come into. At the moment, price looks very bullish as it has been for I think October, right? Yeah. So basically a month. Since a month, we had this bullish run, continuous 4 hour bullish order flow ranges. Yeah, here we had this little pullback and stuff. This 4 hour chalk over here, shit wicks and everything. Some indecisive price action going on up here, and then it started to again change back to bullish, and then now we're seeing that continuous run. You can call this a reaccumulation schematic or whatever. Um, in terms of Wyckoff, Sango, Dr. Pips would know.
yeah.
Yeah, this is that reaccumulation. Um, so then, yeah, at the moment we have this 4 hour bullish order flow range here. This is the low, this is your high. Expectation order flow is to make a new high like this. Um, so a couple of options that we have this 4 hour demand zone, which was partially mitigated here. I'll show you on the 15 minute why I refined it. We also have this supply zone that we already mitigated. And if we get the 5 minute bearish chop from this, obviously we can look for sells, but this happened in Asia. So this doesn't matter at the moment. Okay, if we go on to the 15M, the thing that we are interested in is basically this right here. This 15 minute bullish order flow range got broken bearish. Price then came back in Asia, respected the supply and continuing to go lower. So the reason why this 4 hour demand zone is refined under this is because of the fact like expectation order flow after coming into the premium is to make a new low to take out this low here. Yeah. So that's why I just refined it to below this wick so that for the next EM1 buy or EM2 buys, you need price to at least break this low first. If the expectation order flow is to complete, get a 5 minute chalk from this POI or get a 15 minute bullish chalk from it here, 5 minute or 15M, whichever one comes first, you take that. So if the 5 minute chalk comes from here, you take that. If 15 minute chalk happens, you take that. EM2 buys. So, like I said here, alerts on the 15 minute low and high. So this low, I want it to get broken first. If not, I want the high to get broken first, yeah? So either one now just needs to get broken before we can even look for an entry. We are just stuck in this sideways range right here. So we are just in this right now, right in between this and this. So yeah, definitely avoid sideways ranges as much as possible. definitely low probable shit. Just avoid it. And obviously, because we are focused on passing challenges, we're more focused on like the funding side of things, which obviously is where a lot of your income can come from. Then yeah, you should make sure you're taking nothing but high probable scenarios, such as the EM2 buys from yesterday, for example, such as clean just clean price action, right? Just follow the trend, follow order flow. Stop trying to get yourself involved into like bullshit sideways ranges, trying to catch like internal stuff, internal stuff every time. Avoid that bullshit. um I keep saying in the group chat that less is more. Less trades, less stress, less opportunities. Just take the ones that are the best high probable opportunities. And yes, they're not gonna come every day. They're not gonna come 10 times a day, right? And that's fine. Like people, it does make me laugh sometimes that like um, when you think that price action is slow due to you're not getting like 5, 10 entries a day, and you're thinking that that is slow. Like it's not really slow though. Like it's just this is normal. Like this is actually the normality of trading. It's like it should be like this. It's not that this is slow and that there's not you're not catching like so many entries. It's not that it's slow. Like it's just this is normal. This is how it should be. You should be taking far less trades. You should be not involving yourself into all this internal bullshit and every session possible and all the other crap. Yeah. So yeah, this is just how professional trading looks like. It should be boring. It's not meant to be full of adrenaline rush and full of yeah, like excitement and stuff. Just chill. If it comes, it comes. Put your alert here. And wait for it to come to you. Wait for price to come to you. Give you that nice schematic that we're looking for, that clean pattern, the price action that we're looking for, and then we can then pull the trigger. Otherwise you just sit on your hands, relax, chilling. Do something else like I'm doing here, like I'm testing, gathering data, everything. Do that yourself as well. Don't just have someone like hand feed you every single thing. Like if you don't put in the time and effort to do things yourself, then like you won't be seeing things in the future. Like if you haven't backtested anything, you won't see how to mark this POI, how to mark the entries, how to mark the order flow ranges. Like look at this for example. This is your entire POI, for example, right? This whole bullish buy to sell supplies on. But then look at the refinement that we tested and got the data on. You see how 8 pips is what we said is to have your POI maximum, right? Under 15 minute. So look at this 8 pips POI, price taps into it so perfectly right here, right? Just like probably, yeah, 2 pipettes inside, 2 points, and then died off, right? So yeah, just small like refinements and stuff like that. This is made from doing all the testing, getting data and stuff, right? So you need to do it yourself as well to train your eyes on these things. Um, if you're not doing that, then make sure you're doing something else, whether it be technicals related, whether it be psychological, methods to help yourself improve. Self improvement in this industry, in this game, is super important, because obviously like we did the statistics last time. 0.07% of traders are making money, like the first payout. Never mind the second, third, or fourth. The consistent payouts is like you're probably in the top 0.01, 0.02% of traders, if you're making money consistently. So if you know that the stats are that low, then don't you think that you should be doing something extra than everyone else? You should be doing something different than everyone else, right? Um, so yeah, high time frame supplies on here as well. 5 minute chalk from this for EM1 cells, and this demands on 5 minute chalk or 15 minute chalk for EM2 pro trend buys. Yeah, this would be counter trend sell here. Any questions? Unmute yourselves or type in a chat.
Guys,
Yo,
yo, so bro, if you go on the 4 hour, please, the
yeah,
demands that you talk about, so it's internally mitigated, so we should
yeah.
refine it to the body, right? To the wick, sorry, to the wick down there.
It's not that it's internally mitigated right now. It's just the fact that the 15M has this mitigation, and the price tapped into the premium of the bearish range. It's bearish,
Yeah,
so
indeed.
EOF is to take at this low. That's why.
That's right. That's right. But why is not like if we need to why is not internally mitigated? Then is a bearish
Internally
not for
mitigates internally mitigated is that when price taps in, like yeah, bearish anytime here, and then pulls back
like this.
bullish, and then goes up bullish. Yeah,
Well, it doesn't need to go to break it or doesn't break. It simply
yeah. It
goes
doesn't need to break this high. It just needs to give you a bullish. Yeah, you can say that this is internally mitigated, right, with this bullish
exactly.
candle. But I don't. All I'm saying is that like it's not really internally mitigated, because internally means like it happened inside of this range, right? But it's a similar similar scenario. Yes, you can call this a similar scenario. Yeah,
It's just one of
it's
those
just the definition of that is just not correct.
okay.
But the scenario is similar. That's why I go to the 15M and show you why I actually did refine it to this. It's not because of this definition of internally mitigated. Is not that 'cause that would happen here inside of this. This would be internally mitigated before this break, right? But the
Got it.
scenario is the same. Like
Mm-hmm.
yeah, similar scenario. So yeah. Any other questions? Best guesses on percentage of people who consistently improve themselves, hence you, your students. Um, so the percentage of people who consistently improve themselves. I mean, I don't know about that. That's solid. Like, because if you think about it, even if you're consistently improving yourself, it still doesn't mean that you're gonna make payouts. There's so much more than just that. Like it's like price action is so you can call it random, right? Because it's random because obviously we don't know exactly what's gonna happen next. Yeah, we don't know that is this price action gonna is it gonna go up or is it gonna go down? Like how do you know what's gonna happen next? In this future you don't know. So obviously even if you improve yourself, it doesn't mean that you're gonna be a successful trader. There's obviously more to it. Experience as well comes into it. Experience and skill, having that. Sometimes you can like have a natural ability to be smart about your decisions and price action and patterns, entry models, um, your decision making in terms of self control. Like, do you have self control in terms of when to click buy, when to click sell, when to stay away from the charts, when to actually be on the charts, when to follow your planned routine? This is all self control, right? If you have no self control, but you have all the knowledge in the world and you have all the backtesting in the world, but you have no self control, then yeah, you will not make payouts. It's simple as that. Um, so I don't know about the percentage. Honestly, it's just super hard. Let's see. I have a doubt with the supplies one on the left on the 4 hour. Why is the flip in the middle not taken within the two flips? Let's see. Maybe because it was already mitigated. This one, it's already mitigated, yeah? Or do you mean this one?
Yeah, bro, yeah, that one, yeah. It actually reacted to a candle right on the website.
This one, yeah. I don't know why I haven't got it. Let me check. Yeah, I don't know why I don't have that actually. Must have deleted it or something. I think that, yeah. I'm sure I had this before. I'm sure Kasu knows because I showed him ages ago. Yeah, I'm sure I had this before. I don't know why it's not in my chart. So let's mark that up. 4 hour demand, 4 hour supply, flip. And this is the last one. Yeah, cool. And it also taps into the bottom. Okay. This one taps into this and gets mitigated already, dies off. Okay. Now we're in this.
And bro, one more question. And if
Yeah.
you actually have a flip extreme and SD flip within a bigger POI like this, can you actually consider that?
What do you
Like,
mean?
like, can we consider this one here actually a flip with SD zone, which is actually within a whole flip range actually? Can we consider like these two if this
Yeah,
hasn't happened?
yeah. So like this was a POI, yeah, because it tapped into this and flipped it, broke it.
If something has actually happened here, we shouldn't because it didn't do nothing. This is what
Yeah.
this is the extreme and this is actually the flip. This doesn't count if something has happened like
Oh
this.
yeah, yeah. If it's something in the middle, it doesn't matter. Yeah, it doesn't matter. I don't care about anything
Yeah.
in the middle. I care about the first reaction and the last one. That's what shows me like where the real like the orders are at basically at the moment. You know, we wanna get involved where the you can call it BFIs, so the buyers and sellers at that moment in time, the big players were involved that as well. So when we see reactions from ST zones, shows us indication that okay, this is where buying is starting to happen, selling is starting to happen. Okay, buying, selling, and we want to also sell where the big players are selling from, where the hedge funds, BFIs, institutions, everything, where we can get involved is also where they got involved. Because all we are doing really is following the footprints of the big banks. So everything from hindsight, from the left, yeah. We are looking to the left to see okay where did they where did they get involved, where the demand is resting at the moment, where the supply, and then we want to sell and buy according to that. This is why we don't just randomly like have price action go here and then click sell now, yeah, because there's nothing on the left, there's no order flow being created, nothing. We don't just randomly click sell or click buy randomly. Here we don't just click buy randomly without looking to the left as well. Or if we have our own order flow, bullish order flow, like then yeah. This is why if we don't tap into a POI, why do you think I don't look for buys until we get a 5 minute chop, for example? Because I want something here, right on the left, to indicate okay, this is where demand has stepped into the market to then take out supply. Okay, let's also get involved here now, right? If this did not tap into the 15-minute demand zone, this is why we can't look for just random 1M chops from anywhere. Yeah. So that's the whole point of POIs. The whole point of a POI is for lower time frame entries. If you have no POI, how can you get a lower time frame entry? You can't. This is why you go into more higher time frame to look for the bigger chunks on the higher time frame. Then that higher time frame chunk will give you that smaller, lower time frame POIs. Where then we get involved. Instead of 50 pip stop losses and stuff. This is why um, we don't trade like retail with like 50 pip stop loss and 100 pip TP, and we try to get in smaller with smaller stop losses and higher risk to reward and stuff. Because we are looking for these more lower time frame refined stuff here, whereas they don't care about that and they just enter here, and they don't care about what happens next. They have no POI, no nothing. So it's a bit different, it's the trading styles are different. So we're trying to be a bit more precise, whereas they don't. So it's just yeah, different styles. They work for different people, whatever. But this is all we do. This is what we do. So yeah, that's just it.
Yeah, bro. Thanks. And can we go to the questions they've actually asked you in this part actually?
Yeah,
And mapping of the pairs.
yeah. Let me pull out. Let's talk about this real quick. Um, so in terms of this, oh wait, let me just. So let's talk about this. So in terms of POI mapping, like let's talk about this one here. So we tap into the demand, we push away, we break. So let's say this is a valid 4 hour order flow range. So we have 1, 2 candles, we have a gap, and a bullish candle upholding. Yeah. So how are you gonna map this POI? We do have that wick extreme, right? And this bullish candle here is the last buy to sell that takes out the low, yeah, which is like your ST flip in a way, right? Um, so you map this as well. Does that make sense?
Yeah, bro. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And the buy
Actually,
on
yeah.
the buy to sell which below it actually isn't it valid? The buy, the one which actually broke the range
Oh, this one.
on the downside. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Is it?
But let me just zoom into this 1 second. Just need to check something. So push up, sell to buy, buy to sell. Yeah, you can't use this wick.
That is
Yeah,
actually mitigated.
yeah,
This is
you
mitigated.
can't use this wick, yeah, because it's bullish candle
And
buy to sell.
isn't it the first reaction to this demand actually, or this one?
This,
Yeah, which is actually the first reaction.
it's not about reaction right here. It's all about this is actual valid order flow range, right? So you see this black line that you have here. This is a valid flip and chop, right? This is a valid order flow range. So you just care about, okay, do I have the extreme? Do I have SD flip? Um, in here, right? So obviously we had this wick mitigated, dropped.
Yeah, bro.
And then let me just delete this. Okay. So what else? Obviously here we would have, buy to sell, buy to sell, right? This POI basically. This is okay. Yeah.
But isn't it that why does it actually this one, this candle right here, this is what actually made this range, and then we broke, and this candle is
Yeah, but
actually
then
within the range.
we then came here to here, mitigated and dropped, this bullish candle, bearish candle. So this, yes, your range is like the highest and lowest, but this is the last buy to sell that took out this low, yeah? You can't just mark this one, like when you have
So
all
in a range,
this.
we should actually look for the last buy to sell.
Yeah, because of all these like wiki internally mitigated price action here to here to here, right? This bullish buy to sell. So that's your
Yeah.
POI. And then this is your extreme, yes, okay, cool. Then we break bullish, yeah, bearish candle. If this is bearish candle, then yeah, that's fine. This is your bullish extreme of this range. This is also a mitigation of the demand, push up, push down. Okay, so this would be like the ST flip extreme, and then this would also be your last buy to sell wicks that took out this low. Yeah, so this is your ST flip,
Yeah.
right? So this is like number 2, number 3, number 1. This here, push up. Yeah, okay, I see why you have it like this because of this buy to sell mitigated. So you can use
Oh,
this.
this PO is actually marked on the forecast which you actually posted.
Hmm?
This one, and this was like the PO which you actually marked on the forecast.
For test.
This is the one which you actually marked on the forecast. This PO and the one in the below. This one in this range.
Yeah, this one.
This one, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but I don't know if this is a bearish candle. It looks like a doji. This.
But is this correct actually? The last sell to buy in here.
Yeah, this is
Or
correct. Yeah, but I don't know about this one. This looks like a doji like this. I don't know about that one. That don't look right. I think the bigger one. Yeah. You know. Makes sense. This one is
yeah,
internally mitigated. Yeah, that's buy to sell.
so
So
it's like we actually have many cases like this when we actually have this one big POI and we actually have some kind of candles within it. So sometimes we actually take the one that, the last one, and sometimes we actually have the whole range. So I had a
yeah,
confusion when to use which one.
just as the one that's unmitigated. Yeah, like you see how you can use this whole bearish candle because it's unmitigated. If we had a sell to buy, then another sell to buy like this, then you have to refine it to maybe the body or the wick. Yeah.
But isn't this week mitigated? This one, actually,
This
this one.
this wick here.
This whole week. In
This
terms
this
of
wick.
refinement from yeah,
Yeah, but you
this is
have
mitigated.
this. You have this candle here. The last buy to sell is this, right?
Or
That,
even in a range, we should actually have the last buy to sell or sell to buy within a range too.
yeah.
And we should
So
have this as the extreme. Even if we have something within the range, we should mark the one which is actually the last candle.
Yeah, I need some more examples here. Let me see if there's here.
Can we go
Um,
to the 15-minute on today? It's
yeah,
not actual
so
POI, but we had same similar example.
yeah, so imagine you have like a massive bearish candle here, then you have this little bearish candle here, and then a bullish candle, right? Then yeah, this is the last sell to buy, the last bearish candle. Okay,
Yeah,
like
we
this.
had similar example on the 15-minute today actually.
Yeah. Okay, so
It's
this
not a
one is
valid
clear.
POI. Yeah,
This
that
one is
is clear.
clear. Yeah,
This is
this one
clear.
is clear. That's fine. This is okay. Um, so if I go to 15M, which one here?
Or actually, this is not a valid POI, but just for an example. So we actually have this last buy, but you actually have a
Oh
within.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So you use this one only.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
not
don't
not
actually
from
have
here.
this one.
Yeah, not from here. Right. This is the last batch. So that's the
And
only thing
like here, here also same.
here.
Last buy is coming here, and then something
Yeah,
is
last
coming
one
here.
is
So we
here.
should actually map this one.
Yeah, yeah,
The
yeah,
smaller one is what it.
yeah,
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 yeah, okay.
yeah. All right. So same use the same logic, right, for all your charts and POIs and stuff.
That's the
So
last one.
that should make sense now. Yeah.
Yeah,
Perfect,
got it.
perfect, perfect. No worries.
Thank you.
No worries, man. Um, let's see. Can we use the same for our order flow range rule for the daily, weekly? Damn. I don't know, bro. Maybe you can, but you really don't need it. You really don't need like daily, weekly stuff, you know. You don't need it. So if you don't need something, don't worry about it. And you're talking about high time frame, long term bias, but are you swing trading to like $100? That's the question. If so, then yeah, maybe look at it. But yeah, Razvan, you funny guy. Um, I would suggest students here probably have a high success rate compared to the average traders. I mean, yeah, like, but obviously having the right knowledge, with no work ethic, again, you will be in the same statistics. You know, you do like you need to have the balance. You know that we talked about in the psychology team last time. The balance. You need to have like the middle, like be in the middle, like be have a bit of everything, like not the extreme of this side, not the extreme on this side, like just be in the middle, you know. But you need to have like the work ethic there. You need to have the knowledge there, the technical psychology, like you know the win rate, the risk to reward, um, you know, like pairs, entry models, everything. You need to have the balance. So obviously, like I can provide you everything that you need, but then are you gonna go and do the work as well, or are you just gonna, you know, go to sleep after that? You know, it depends on person to person. You know, everyone else also has different like brains, different personalities, different ways of like seeing things and price, different way of thinking, and that also affects the statistics. You know, because you can give one strategy to 1,000 traders, but then maybe they won't be able to mark this POI, maybe they won't be able to mark this range here properly. I don't know. So many different factors, man. Like so many different things. Um, give you a better chance for sure. You're provided the tools to be more successful and have a higher win rate. Yeah, if you follow exactly what I tell you to do, right? Like every single thing you follow, and you don't have your own like opinions and biases and different thoughts, and if you follow exactly step by step that I do, then you'll smash it. Like literally, you'll smash it. But people, they don't follow exactly. Maybe they make a couple of mistakes here, maybe do something wrong here, or maybe today they overtraded. Maybe they missed a trade that was a clean buy because of hesitation. You know, there's all these different things. Um, let's see. Yeah. God gives you opportunities, but He doesn't place it in your bag. Of what a quote! What a quote from the married man, Razvan. It's true, bro. It's true. I like that. Um, any other
I'm wise,
questions?
bro. With the wise came with the ring on the finger, you know.
You got wiser. Oh yeah. Nice, nice, nice. That's good, bro. Any other questions or not? Also, the last thing actually I was gonna mention was let's just talk about this real quick. So I was just gonna mention this. Yeah. So a couple of things. Firstly, yes, there's these sort of like, I mean, I talked about this in the in a Zoom before. Is like this one M boss scenarios here, entering on the chalk itself or one M boss itself. Try and avoid, like, I'm just saying, try and avoid these as much as you can. Like, I only do these very rarely. Sometimes if the range is like super super small like this, where there's like not, sometimes there's like not even a, I mean, super small that there's not even like a POI, proper POI or anything that I can expect price to deeply mitigate in the future, or this range is like super small, like like super super small price action. Not like when it's creating like proper ranges and POI like this, right? I don't tend to ever take these sort of trades on the break. I would always prefer a pullback for before taking it. So try and avoid these as much as possible. Um, and also another thing is also when like if you have a 1M chalk, right? And if you want to enter this trade on a mitigation as like a market execution MX trade from here to here, entering and stop loss here. If you want to enter this trade, remember, if you remember, this range must have no more than 3 pips of a range. Okay, so if you measure it from like the low to the high, you wanna make sure that this range has no more than 3 pips and it has no valid order flow range flip, and it must be bullish when it comes back to mitigate. It can't go from being misaligned and then you enter here, right? Because you chalk bearish, you can't do that. If you want to MX just trade, you make sure it's aligned and take it. So the thing I was just gonna say now, this rule also applies to 1MCC entries, yeah, meaning like this is your POI and we get a 1MCC here. This candle close also should not be like 3 pips of a candle, right? If it closes like this, where it's like massive 3 pips of a candle, right? You should also not enter this trade on a mitigation, and instead wait for a break of the CC 1MCC candle close low, and get a second one, right? Or obviously if it comes into like a new POI and take it from a new POI, or if you get a 1M chalk or something, then you take it from there, right? Or 1M boss, right? So this also applies to that. This also applies to this 1MCC. Also make sure this is not 3 pips, and then you enter like this on the mitigation of that, yeah. Um, and like I said, if it is bigger than 3 pips, right, wait for the low to get broken and another 1MCC here, or wait for a 1M chalk and a 1M POI, another 1MCC candle close here. Then that's how to take a re-entry, right? Obviously this is only like 1.2 pips, so you can get in on this. But once it's moved away like 3 pips, then again, just avoid it. Does that make sense for everyone? Copy. Yes. This will save you many losses, trust me. Like the amount of times that this candle close entry, if it's too big and you enter on the mitigation, so let's say there's a POI and it shoots up 3 pips, it doesn't take like this high, and then it comes back down for you to enter, like yeah, it ends up being a loss more times than not. So
This is
improve the strike
the
rate.
same, almost the same rule as the one where you said when the 1M is still impulsing and it brings you a big candle, you don't enter on the
Y-
mitigation, right?
Yeah, so let's just talk about that as well. So like let's see, where's that example? Hmm. Need to find like the exact example. But they are, yeah, like this. Let's imagine this, right? Let's just imagine. Okay, let's just imagine this is a 1M chop, right? So we are bullish, okay, and then this is your POI now, right? It's sell to buy. Price taps in, and you see how now the 1MCC here is still pushing price higher, right? It's still impulsing with the 1M, yeah. So this entry should also be avoided here. Entering stop loss, also a loss, yeah. Very simple. 1M chalk, 1M POI. I know this is not a 1M chalk, but I'm just saying imagine that it is, yeah? And this is your 1M demand zone. And you see how the mitigation here, and we have a 1M CC here, bullish candle close. Do not enter this trade like this, or on the mitigation of it, stop loss below here, anything. Don't enter this trade, right? Again, for you to re-enter, you must need a new 1M CC from the POI, um, internal mitigation now, so make sure you refine the POI, and then you find a new 1MCC, or you get like a new 1M chop or 1M boss, new price action, and then you take it from there. Does that make sense for everyone? These small things like this are very crucial, very, very key. Do you mean the candle close should be less than 3 pips? Not the high of the candle. No, I mean like literally the whole candle should be less than 3 pips. Yeah, this entirety should be no more than 3 pips if you're wanting to enter from a POI like this candle. Does that make sense for everyone? Yes or no? Let me know. So you're saying the CC candle shouldn't be the one creating a high. Exactly. Yep.
Cash, that trade at 810, that was after London low, right?
This one.
No, 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 the one we were just talking about before that, the actual trade from yesterday, the winner.
Uh, these are London low trades, yeah. Like this
Would
one
that have
is, and this
happened?
one New York. So
Okay, so the
yeah,
second one you wouldn't have taken.
I didn't take this one. No, I took this. I didn't take this. I didn't take this because it's New York. So
Okay.
I don't bother with New York anymore. I don't trade New York at all. Any day. So the only trades I take is like the morning London low, and it provides enough that I can get 10% a month on that. So yeah, you know, less is more. Take what it gives you, and make everything as simple as possible. You know.
Perfect. And quick question. So I'm in the States, so
Yeah.
we just had time change here.
Yeah.
So your London lull just ended 16 minutes ago and started like
Yeah.
4 hours, no, started 3 hours ago, pretty much.
No, 8. Oh yeah, yeah. So 8 a.m. for me, 8 a.m. To like 10, 2 hours is just London, right? And then 10 to 1 p.m. That 3 hours, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, so 11, 12, 1. So 3 hours. That is London low, yeah. So it's
Okay.
like three
Yeah, yeah.
hours, 2 hours. So then London and London low is here. So just so exactly 5 hours on the charts, like not on charts, but it's just like yeah, this is enough, right? 5 hours, like of price action per day. Statistically, it provides enough. Like let me actually pull up something here. Let me pull up the data here. Can you see this? Oh no, you can't. Wait.
No, I cannot.
Can you see this?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So like this is November, just November. 60% strike rate so far, which is really, really high. Like, so far November is providing. Um, it's only like, so it's got 26 trades in only like the first week, really. 26 are. So it's pretty good. And if you look at it from just, where is it? London low, like it provides 52%, 45% strike rates, um, and you get a total of like 125 R, right, over 4 months. So all I need is 10 from like that. All I need is 10 from the average of 31.5% a month. So it's, can be doable, of course. This is all I need.
Right.
London low. This is what I care about here. 48% strike rate in total, 126 R over 4 months. If I do that on 1% risk, obviously that's 126 R. If you do this one here, where you just remove New York and you focus on London low, and late New York, your strike rate is still very high. However, because of there's more losses and there's more losses and break even and stuff. There's 66 losses here, where there's only 34 here. Obviously, due to this, like if you were to do it on half a risk, because of more opportunities, right? Then you would make 104. Whereas if and you would have you would be on the charts for an extra like 4 hours due to late New York to catch this, right? If I was just to do 1% risk on just the morning, I'd make 22% more. Like it's crazy. It's actually crazy when you think of it like that. You know what I mean?
That is interesting.
Realistic expectations, right? 30 trades a month, 8 wins a month equals 31% on average. So if there's eight wins a month, what does that mean? 2 wins a week, right? You see how if you dial it down, this is realistic expectations. You think from 30, you think 10% a month is definitely doable, right? It's you can do that. 10% on any account size is huge numbers, right? It's like on 100K is $10,000. On 200K is $20,000, which is like a yearly salary for a lot of people in the UK especially as well. Um, and then yeah, like the bigger your account score, the higher yeah the more money you're making. At the end of the day. So this is what I care about. This is what I care about a lot for me personally. And obviously, if I was to do late New York, then yeah, like this is still very, very, very good, right? But removing New York from it is this is why the strike rate increases from that 43 to 48 here, 45 here. So yeah, it increases your strike rate, and also you're saving like 19 losses, 13 break evens, which could be slippages on like MFF, for example. Um, yeah, for me, it just makes a lot more sense. Yeah.
Nice. I appreciate it.
Yeah, man. No worries. Yo, Cash, that means that we take the 1 MCC on the refined POI. Yes, because if it wicks 100 pips and closes 2.9, it doesn't make sense. Yeah, it doesn't make sense, yeah. Because the whole candle wick and stuff is still the 1 MCC. If it goes up 100 pips, but it closes at 2.9, I'm still not going to enter that trade. Like, I'll wait for it to break the low or give me a new 1M boss, 1M chalk, whatever, a new 1M POI lowered here, and then take it from there. What's nuts is that New York Stock Exchange open tapped another one of our zones perfectly. Yeah, I know. Yeah, it happens sometimes. What time is late New York in EST? 11 to 3. Love the simplicity. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Cash counter trend, we have only EM1. Yeah, and that's only because EM1 like it works like fine counter trend pro trend, whereas EM2 it doesn't work fine counter trend. Like it's pretty shit. Like counter trend is really shit, and that's why I don't do it. You got like data is everything, right? Data, you know, it's literally like data is king because without knowing these things, you can't have realistic expectations. You can't have a good trading plan. With like a balance of like strike rate, risk to reward. It's not too high, not too low. This again, not too high, not too low. Over 4 months, everything should just be in balance, right? Also, your psychology is in balance. Your mindset, your brain, everything is in check, right? You're not doing too much. You're not them type of trading styles where you do like very high volume scalping strategy where it's like 5 seconds you take this buy, then you scalp that sell, and then you ping pong the buy and sell in 5 seconds. This is very, very damaging on your psychology, on your mind, right? So damaging. You just fall into like gambling mindsets. You fall into the impatience, and then you're just getting clapped 20 times a day. And the fact is that you are gonna lose more times than you win, right? Because can you see how the strike rate is not more than 50%? Is it's always like nearly most of the time it's gonna be less than 50% on any strategy possible, because you can't be right like that many times, right? Um, but obviously you should just know that okay, I'm gonna take more losses. However, because the win rate, because of the risk reward is 5, then I'm gonna make 5 times the amount I lose. So if I lose one, okay, I make 5. I lose another one, okay. If I lose another one, I make 5. So you see how the equity curve should start looking like more like a bullish order flow instead, right? It should start looking like bullish order flow, where you have highs and lows, yeah, not just one clean impulse like this, right? Just one fluky trade, one lucky trade that you just won. That's it. This is not what private investors they care about either. They don't care about one lucky win. They want to see the equity curve over this many months, and it should be looking like bullish order flow. You know, highs and lows, highs and lows, highs and lows. Um, some months you're going to be down, some months you're going to be a bit higher. Okay, down, middle. This is what they care about. You know. Cash. So would you say that based on the statistics, it would be better to risk 1%? So I would never change my risk like that. No, like I wouldn't do 0.5 during late New York and a one. It doesn't matter because like I said, this is like an average, right? So what does that mean? It means like you don't know that it's one day gonna give you this many trades, another day might give you this many trades. You don't know the sequence of the events of the wins and losses and break evens, right? So how can you risk like different on this session and different on this session? No, you can't. You know, Mark Douglas talks about this a lot. Is that you need to have everything the same, like same risk reward, same stop loss, same everything. It should be very, very just systematic, same pair. That's how you have proper data. That's how you have like consistent results. Is if all the variables are pretty much the same. You know, you can't change one variable here, another one here. Um, Cash, are you collecting data on the potential tunnels? I don't do it anymore. No, that's because that's like collecting data on like seconds. I don't bother. It's for me. It's like waste of my time if I was to continue to gather data for like previous concepts and stuff like liquidity and stuff. Like it's a waste of my time. I don't have so much time on my hands, or like you know how much time it takes to like do all these things that I'm doing alone, like for the mentorship and stuff. Like, bro, I barely have like personal time to do anything. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm not really getting that data, but I also just from top of my head, I just know like for funding and stuff. Yeah, 5 hours are the way to go. Trust me. Like making 5 hour, it feels so good on a funded when it didn't take too long as well. You know, on 1% risk too, because it's the same as doing 0.5% on the 10 hour, right? So I would rather just do this and get my money, and that's it. Cool. Um, yeah, this is the best to give away all profits from one session to another. That's funny. One silly question. Will all these SMC and concepts? Oh my god, this question is like the most typical Instagram Q&A question, isn't it? Is like when is all these concepts still gonna work forever, or is it gonna change, bro? Oh my god, man, bro, I'm not a fortune
Cash,
teller.
quick question. On
What, bro?
when you say you risk 1%, are you risking for $100,000 account? Are you risking 1%? Or are you risking 1,000? Are you risking a
No, no,
thousand
I'll
bucks
keep it
every
the
single
same.
time?
I'll keep it the same. 1,000, 1,000, 1,000 every time. 1,000. So it's
Okay, so
1,000.
whatever.
It's 1% of the initial balance. The initial balance of the account. So if it's 200k account, every time I'm gonna trade, it's gonna be 2k, 2k, 2k risk. It's not gonna be like 2.1, then 2,250 here, then it's gonna be 2,300 next trade. I'll never do that. I'll never do that.
Is there a reason why? Like
Yeah, it's just
exponentials are up
consistent.
there?
It's
Just
consistent.
consistent.
It's also like you will always know how much you lose and always know how much you're gonna win on every trade, without even thinking, without even trying to figure out like, oh, how much am I losing here? Like, how much am I winning now? Like, it doesn't change. I'll always know I will lose 1K and make 5K. Lose 1K, make 5K. I'll always know. It's just so much better on the mind, and it's also like you're not giving away. Like I said about consistency, it's like if you keep changing your risk, if you keep changing your things, your variables, your thing becomes your curve becomes inconsistent. You know, your strategy is inconsistent because you're one day you're risking 1K, next day you're risking 1.5K. Why? Like just because you made 500, you made some profit? Like that's stupid. Like don't unfunded. It's not. Yeah, I don't know about personal, but just me funded. I know a lot about funded. Like I've done too many challenges, too many accounts. Like traded it so much that I know like the ways to go about it. You know, and yeah, that's what I would recommend. So yeah, definitely.
More so, I appreciate it.
Yeah, no worries. Has it happened to you? Oh wait, for MFF, you shoot for 5 or 8. I'll do five every time fives because imagine going for 8 and then goes to 5 or 6 and goes to break even after that. No, like just go for 5 and then go for 3. That's it. Doesn't have to be same day. You know, it can be next week. Just you gotta have that realistic expectations and that patience. You know. Data. Yeah. Has it happened that you do a challenge and start off with a loss streak before you get 5 or winner and still end up failing the challenge? If that's the case, if we follow the plan to the T, we shouldn't be failing, correct? So again, like even that, yeah, you get losses, you get loss streaks before you make a win, of course. Like not your first trade is gonna be a winner. You know, if that was the case, and like, yeah, it would be so chilling. But obviously not. Like you always, most of the time, you'll get a loss before a win. Like statistically, most of the time, you'll get a loss before you win. And this is why I've always said as well. I said in the last call as well that like if you get your first win of the day on your first or second trade, I said it in Discord yesterday that if my first or second trade is a winner, I leave for the day because I know statistically 80% of the time, 70, 80, 90% of the time, you're going to lose the next trade or break even the next trade. So why am I going to waste my time? You feel me? If I don't win on the first or second trade, um, I mean if I do win on the first or second trade, if I got a 5-0, if I get a one loss 5-0, okay, I'm done. 4% done for the day and finished. That 4% is a lot of money. In a day as well. Not even a day. Like probably takes like 15 minutes. You know what I mean? So yeah, if you follow the plan to the T, you know, like yeah, you shouldn't be failing like challenges like that heavily. Like if you're not missing, you know, the winners, the losses, and if you're not missing them, you know, then yeah, you shouldn't be failing, right? You shouldn't be failing, to be honest. Follow the plan to the T. So theoretically, with 100k person and an Ironman mindset and using stats, I risk 3% risk, no FTMO rules is cracked. I mean, it doesn't matter what you risk. Like if it's just a random personal whatever account, it doesn't matter if you risk 10% or whatever. If you're consistent in your risk management, you're consistent in your discipline, your routine, everything, right? Then it's not about the number you're risking. That's not the thing, right? It's not about how much. It just has to be the same every time, right? It can't be different risk today, different risk tomorrow, different risk the next day. Everything consistent. Follow the plan consistently. Everything. Then yeah, you whatever number this is, it will just times by 10 or whatever it is, like times by 3, depending on how much you're risking. And your losses are also going to be 3 times bigger. So it's all the same shit, you know, in perspective. Like your losses are going to be 3 times bigger and your winners going to be 3 times bigger. So it's, yeah, it's like same shit really. Equity curve should look pretty much similar. It's like we should evolve and not change the strategy on the whole. Yeah. You can set that up in Trade Assistant to get your risk from initial value. Yeah, exactly. That's what I always do. I always do the Trade Assistant. It says dollar balance, and just put 1,000 of the balance. When the 15-minute and 4 hour are aligned and 15 MPOI is inside the 4 hour, do we play EM1 or EM2? You play EM2. When the cashiers spreadsheet YouTube tutorial, YouTube. I'm not a YouTube social media influencer, sir. Um, so yeah, no day in the lives. But yeah, what's the big announcement? The big announcement is that I'm gonna ban you from Discord if you send me any more stupid questions. I want that booking spreadsheet. Yeah, I want $1 million as well in my bank account right now, but can't always get what we want. Weekend of life. I got you trade. Yeah. So any other questions? Or are we all clear? Let me know in chat. So we play EM2. Yeah, we do. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Excel sexy. Yeah, man, it's clean. Clean, clean, clean. Cash, how long does it take you? Oh my god, bro, that's another Instagram like Q&A question, like just some typical. How long did it take for you to get profitable, bro? There is no time limit, you know. There's nothing. I don't know. Trust me. Yeah, I woke up one day and I clicked buy and I hit TP. Yeah, I got profitable. I don't know. There's no number on that, but I've all I know is like it's nearly 2 years now, you know. But it took me maybe I don't know how long would it take me. So so I remember in 6 months, 6 7 months, I was like starting to do much better because the first 3 months I was in retail. The second, oh yeah, and then I spent like 2 or 3 months doing like Wyckoff with Dr. Pips. I was doing Wyckoff with Dr. Pips in a different group for like 3 months, I think. And then after that, I think that's when I started to yeah get way better. They took me another two months, 2 3 months. So I'd say like 9 months from beginning. Then I started seeing more consistency, and then I got funded after that. So yeah, man, it takes a while. It takes a while, but it depends a lot on a lot of variables. Yeah. Yeah, I was there at the beginning. Too much dodgy Wyckoff. What's the longest losing streak we can get before a win? Bro, trust me, that question is crazy because you can catch all the losses if you really tried, and catch no winners in a whole week. You can do that really. Like I've seen people do that where you missing the winners and only catching the losses. You know, like it can happen. It can happen. So I don't know the answer to that question because that's a real personal thing. If you're looking at it from here, what does the edge provide? You know, then yeah, here you know 1 loss, 1 win. Okay, um, London again. London no catch a loss, right? So realistically, if you're taking um, all the trades here, then you should be up like 3R for the week or whatever. That's basically yeah, basically like me. Just uh, and then late New York, there's one here. Okay, there was some in New York, but it doesn't matter. No, I did record it because I'm on OBS. So yeah, don't worry, I'm on it, bro. I'm on it. I'm on OBS. OBS is so much cleaner, man. Like so nice. When I upload the videos, it's like high quality now, right? Before it was like blurry, because Zoom is just weird. Zoom, it records your Zoom calls different quality every time. It doesn't. It's not consistent. Yeah, it's different every time I seen it. The frame rate, the settings it just keeps being different. Yeah, the post editing and shit. It takes ages to render as well. When you finish the Zoom call, it takes like another half an hour just to render the Zoom, and then takes another 2 hours to put it onto the website. Whereas OBS, as soon as I end the call, the file is already done, like the video is already saved and it made straight away. Can't rely on Zoom for OnlyFans. Oh man, you need to get a special like videographer. Maybe someone in the chat. Who is it? I think the Shameless is the man for the job. TikToker. Therefore, Nicola. Yeah, bro. But yeah, I'm gonna end it here. Yeah, I'm gonna end it here. Any last questions? Oh, we're all good.
Yo, Cash.
Yo.
Yo, I beg you pull up the 1 minute CC again, bro. One more time.
What? 1 sec. 1 minute.
You know the one that you were just sharing, and you was like, "Oh, let's just pretend that."
Oh yeah.
That one there, yeah.
Let me see if I can find it somewhere. There you go. I don't know where it is.
Yeah, cause I was trying to find it as well, man. I couldn't find it.
It's a hard one. Let's just imagine. Okay, let's just say this is one here. Yeah. Okay, let's just imagine. Okay, 1M chalk. Yeah. So let's just say the 1M boss. Let's say it's a 1M boss. Let's say it's a 1M POI. Yeah. And let's say this 1M candle close. It continues to put in the high. Yeah. So don't enter this trade. Simply put.
Yeah, so we wait for that. Yeah, we wait for that. Look, like obviously there's an internal mitigation.
Yeah.
So we wait for that CC here, innit?
Exactly.
But if like the price goes like this and it does the 70% rule, then we forget about this.
Yeah, you don't even care about anything now. Yeah, you just need a brand new 1M chalk.
Yeah. Thank you, bro.
Yeah, that's fine. No worries. Perfect. All right then. No worries. Maybe what's this? Maybe you've already answered the question, but is your statement wait, that's funny. Tack Aussie. 1 sec. So I'm not dependent on the money. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I'll tell you on Discord. Yeah, I'll tell you on Discord. But yeah, definitely not dependent on money for communities or anything like that. That's definitely not what I depend on. That's literally like I don't even know if it's like not even half of trading or anything. But yeah, I'll let you know about the announcement and stuff on Discord. It's gonna be really good, really big things, man. Big things next year, big things. And I want to do a lot more networking and stuff with like my people in the UK, especially. If you're not in the UK, then you need to fly to the UK, or I might have to make a trip to your country sometime. So yeah, but can't say too much right now. I will let you know in the near future, Christmas Eve. All right, spin me up. Yeah. All right then, guys. I will end it here, and I will see you all in the Discord.
Cheers.
Thanks, guys.
No problem. Take it easy.
Have a great day, bro.
Trade safe,
And
everyone.
everyone.
Yeah.
Thank
Take
you,
care.
bro.
Bye.
No worries. Bye bye.